EpicDev Podcast, tech products that work.
One of the reasons why Apple started doing so well when they came out with the iPhone and the iPad, don't quote me on this, let's just say rumor has it, okay, that Steve Jobs would tell the engineers the exact user experience that the market is looking for. The engineers would argue against it, saying, okay, but that with the current technology available is not possible. And he would say, okay, yes, but this is what we're going to achieve, and you're going to go figure out how to achieve that. So user experience, because if you think about it, even price point for him, and I suppose that kind of in a bigger sense forms part of the user experience. Okay, especially when you're purchasing something like an iPad, because it's the experience of me going to they even talk about unboxing experiences these days,
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, that wasn't even a thing. Just rip the thing open and start using it. Like now suddenly unboxing is like an experience in its own. So they like the whole like standing in the queue, purchasing what you're paying, then getting the box, unboxing it, and then start using the thing. That whole experience was thought of first, and then it was engineered, and it was the engineering team's mandate was not just to engineer the solution, but to find out how to engineer it to get to this level of user experience that it is that we want ultimately. And that's why it rocked the world.
Yeah.
Because the experience for the user was second to none. Nothing else like that was available at the time that had come to the market up until that point. That was such a joy to use and experience.
It's an incredible thing to think about the power of the user experience, and in that context, as you're discussing, like it can literally make or break a product, and it's just got me thinking, like, I suppose there's sort of two elements that are very often undervalued in the initial proposal from a business owner to EpicDev or any software development company. The first is user experience, and the second is possibly what would you call it? Sort of customer service, long-term customer service. That's sort of after sales. What happens after I've used your app? Because I'm almost thinking the average user has absolutely no care or bother about the back end of your app and how it's storing data and how it's recording trends or anything. They just want to use the thing, buy the product or book the service or whatever it is, and they want to be on their way. And the only other time they're going to log in here is if they want to buy again, book again, or if they have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
For you as the business owner, this thing is your life. This thing is, you're looking at it every day, and it's building trend graphs for you, and it's accumulating data for you. But for your customer, it's like I stop here, I get my thing, and I go. Not necessarily, I mean, some apps draw you in for long periods of time, but the thing is, I come for the experience, and that's all I come for. And the only other time I'm going to click on this app or open this website as if I've got a problem. I suppose your job very often is like trying to show your customers how valuable those two sort of channels are.
And not only that, also trying to get them to understand that you're competing globally. Once again, especially in the B2C market, I think the users and the business owner that's about to purchase the development of this application they take for granted the fact that the user's been spoiled, because right next to this app of yours that you want them to install now, right next to that on the little phone's dashboard is an app that was developed by Google. And the user doesn't draw a distinction between the two. This is an app that I'm going to use, and this is an app that I'm going to use. And if he opens up the app that was developed by Google, the experience is amazing. And then the app opens your app, he's not going to, I might say, or the business owner might say, yes, okay, but let's be realistic about this. We didn't have as much budget. We didn't have as big teams to do the testing, QA before launch, or the group testing, or the, tag on all your things over here in a long laundry list. The user doesn't care. They're literally just judging the two right next to each other, going, well, this app sucks, and this app is cool, and I'm going to use this app. And I don't know so much about this one. I'm going to uninstall it because it's clunky, or I don't know. It's maybe even not clunky necessarily. You don't have to put it down that much, but just understand the fact that you're on this world stage. Now, fortunately for us, there are a lot of technologies that have come a long way, like coding libraries, and Google has made material design open source, and like they've done with a whole lot of other things, like their icons and their fonts. And material design itself, it's this library of widgets and buttons and things that have just come to become expected by the user in an application. So we can utilize all of these things and then make sure that our app is going to be right up there, a similar type of standard as the one that's next to it, that was developed by a giant, a tech giant in Silicon Valley. So you just need to make sure that you then you're aware of all of these tools at your disposal and know how to implement them the right way, and you'll be fine. I think the point is just don't take that kind of stuff for granted.